This was awesome. All right. Carmelo Hayes is about to be a generational heel. He's about to have a run for himself. And if anyone's living under a rock like my good buddy Patrick Starr, you did not see that at NXT Vengeance Day last Sunday. Trick Williams lost to Ilya Dragunov. Melo was consoling him, went behind him, boom, right to the knee, and turned on him. And then this week on NXT, Carmelo starts the show, coming out, sits down, or talks or whatever, standing around the ring, and says, "No, I'm not ready."
With the chair.
Oh, with the exact chair that he hit Trick
Mm-hmm.
Williams with after he went after his knee. And people are speculating the same chair that he attacked him with initially. Because if you look at the clip, there's a chair on top of the box, whatever it is. And when everyone's coming over, Melo flips the chair over to be like, what am I doing? So that was unbelievable storytelling, long-term booking. And he says, "No, I'm not ready. Boom. Comes out a few segments later, sitting in the ring with the spotlight on him, classic heel setting, and just goes on about how Trick and him weren't boys. There was a plan. You actually turned on me when you didn't go after the North American Championship. You went after the NXT Championship, and how you're always supposed to be my hype man." And he finishes it with, "And that's all it was ever going to be," which obviously call back to their line. Sarah, I'm obsessed with Carmelo Hayes at this point. This was unbelievable. The all black, the same. Oh, it was just it showed out Limitless.
It's always one of those things where it's like you wonder what took them so long to let him do this or let somebody do that. Like I mean, we were just talking about Roman. Roman was made to be a heel. There's a lot of things that I don't think he's very good at, obviously, and I've expressed that, like he's not a very good talker. But this bloodline storyline has obviously elevated him, and then it makes you wonder, like, why did you have him being the big dog for so long?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it feels like with Melo. It's like, I mean, I feel like maybe in this case it had to be because now this is going to be bigger for him to be a heel. I mean, the fact that he's turning on Trick Williams, who has been his best buddy, that has become a huge part of NXT together. It feels like that is the only way that they could have turned him heel and made it feel big and gotten people to hate him so easily. And I think the cool part about it is that when people are in a tag team like this, or not even necessarily a tag team, just like in a little group like this, everyone believes that there's a Jannetty. Trick Williams ain't no Jannetty.
No, there's no Jannetty here.
Yeah, and I feel like that's pretty cool, and it says a lot about how far Trick has come, because it very easily could have been that no one cared about him, because it was all about Melo. It was all about Melo. And for the most part, it had been. And then Trick kind of broke out and did his own thing, which is great. So I'm glad that that's what's happening, because it would be really sucky to be like, oh, it's another HBK Jannetty situation, so I feel like this is going to, like when we were talking about, or I talked about this earlier, I think it's going to be great for both of them. It's going to be really good for Melo going into the main event, main roster. I mean, Raw or SmackDown, which I presume is going to happen after Mania, and then it's kind of like passing the torch to Trick to then be like the next guy in NXT. So I'm really excited to see how this goes down, because I have all the faith in Shawn Michaels to make this really good.
I mean, Shawn Michaels is just basically booking himself through Carmelo Hayes.
I can't complain. Like, I know that people are kind of using it as like, I don't know, as something bad on him, but I'm like, all we've been talking about forever is that we wanted to have a new era in WWE. We wanted it to feel like the Attitude Era. And Shawn Michaels is like, all right, let me just recycle some storylines from that era that you guys loved so much. And as it's happening, you don't even know that it's like a callback to what I did 24 years ago or something, you know? Like I like that because it is I feel like it's kind of something that is inspiring Triple H too, you know, because the fact that they're working, you know, they have their own little things. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's where rubbing off on him too, which I think is good.